ladies and gentlemen, it's time to meet the rosters for this afternoon's Consolation bracket. First, the away team. They will be in white. Correction, the away team is in the red, white, and blue. They are the Patriots of Chef of Baton Rouge. All right, if you'll just acknowledge with a wave when we call your name. First, for the Patriots, number 9, Carter Arsenault. Number 16, Charlie Dardis. And if I mispronounce the names, I apologize in front. Number 10, Evangeline Long. Number 7, Jackson LeBlanc. Number 21, Joseph Thames. Number 19, Corey Brock. Number 41, Louis Pavey. Number 8, Lucas Charbonnet. Number 29, Malaya Turcotte. Number 14, Mary Frances Dunbar. Number 11, Micah Haynes. Number 20, Nathan Bailey. Number 30, Owen Bowman. Number 31, Riley Pizzolato. Number 13, Riley Arsenault. Number 6, Sarah Haynes. Number 24, Spencer Odemont. Number 33, Therese Dunbar. Number 34, Tommy Frazier. Number 17, Zachary Torregrosa. And number 25, Gunnar Pizzolato. Coach for the Patriots, Seth Haynes. And now let's meet the starting lineup for the rosters for the home team in this game. They are in white. They are the Knights of Southwest Louisiana Homeschool Athletic Club. Number 1, Andrew Hoffpower. Number 3, Trip Spire. Number 4, Luke Spire. Number 9, Damian Cowart. Number 10, Genevieve Cowart. Number 11, Luke Pickle. Number 14, Abigail Hoffpower. Number 15, Peyton Candle. Number 17, Madison Candle. Number 18, Corbin Caldwell. Number 19, Zachary Escade. Number 20, Evan Robertson. Number 23, Riley Richmond. Number 25, Kaylin Candle. Number 28, Grayson Johnson. Grayson will be in goal today for the Knights. Number 33, Enoch Hebert. Number 47, Silas Hebert. And number 85, Travis Hines. Head coach for the SWLA Knights, Mark Cowart. All right, fans, you've had a game to get woken up this morning, to get awakened, to get around and ready to go. Let's have a big hand for both of these teams getting ready to compete for today's consolation game. Still got some thawing out to do, I see, but we'll get there.
All right, we are ready to get things going here. This is consolation action in this one.
And not to be confused with the star clusters, constellation.
Not
right?
cut. Chuck, man, he started early. You know, Rich missed out on this, but I don't think he missed any of it. Looks like Torgrosa making his way back in to goal tonight for the Patriots, wearing number 00 for his keeper's jersey, covering up his number 17. And in goal once again will be Grayson Johnson for the Knights. Played there last night and will come back and do it again today. We'll get Coach Ryan Gray of the Guardians that's going to visit with us, and then we will have the junior varsity champion coach up here as well that will come in and talk to us. But right now we are underway and the Patriots have it set to go. Again, the Guardians still, if you joined us for that JV game, remember the Guardians played in that one and they were wearing the white and blue in that last game and are back out in it here. Correction, that's the Knights, the Patriots and the Knights. So the Knights have it there. The Knights, of course, are your JV champions, and some of those players had the tournament MVP, who is on this roster now in Silas Abear, not out there now. So that goal from last night, Chuck, in that was knocked in that Commandos game, was an own goal, OWN own goal. So we'll correctly credit that one.
Always learning.
Correct. Correct. Coach Gray going to come up and visit with us. He let us know that. It'll be good to talk to him. And then coming up at halftime, we'll get an opportunity to visit with Bryce Cambry on that one.
The winning coach.
Winning
from the
coach,
TV, yeah.
Correct, from the Knights. Well, then that would make it Todd Spire. Sorry about that.
Yeah, that's it, Todd Spire.
Yeah, from the Knights. Getting going now. Playing it difficult early on, but we are back and at it here. Bringing you game 2 of the day 3 schedule. This is for third place.
Trying to center it up there in the middle, and ball gets stolen away by the Patriots. And
here's going to be a good opportunity. That one knocked away by Grayson, and he was so solid in goal for the Knights en route to their 6-2 victory. Well, that was a great shot at it, though, by number 19, Corey Brock. He had the goal last night in the game against the Commandos. Opportunity as that one is centered across to Luke Spire, but he was unable to get that one to go. Knights out there in blue shorts, white shirts with blue block letters, and the Patriots in all red, trimmed in white and blue. Blue block letters on the back, white trim around the shorts and down the arm, in depending on where who's wearing it. So we've learned the officials do add a little bit of time at the end of it to compensate for the soccer ball going down the hill. That's why you see about a minute and a half or so added on. So most of these halves, whereas they're regularly scheduled for 35 minutes, will have a little bit of extended time built into each of them.
And anybody intentionally being slow about it, they do add that time, he said, as well. Trying to keep play going and fair play for everybody.
Just a beautiful day. The Chef team played under the lights last night after it had gotten pretty dark and cool. They get the benefit of the sunshine today. Don't forget basketball next weekend. Basketball makes its way back to Louisiana Christian University here, and it will be the ACEL State Championships. They'll crown JV boys and girls champions, and they will crown varsity boys and girls champions. So we'll have 4 champions awarded next Saturday. Semifinal action on Friday. That one is clear, making its way across and off and running are the Knights. That one is tried to center that in, but unable to get there.
Interesting observation I'm just now making, Doug. 2 officials on the field tonight instead of 3, or today.
Well, I do see that.
I noticed there weren't any sideline judges, right?
Right.
And he had moved towards the center of the goal, so must have been some type of an emergency.
See no score in this one. Our Wallace Eye Associates scoreboard, and their good save early on. Torgrosa gets that one. He is the freshman goalkeeper for this Chef team. Thinks about what to do with that and chunks it down the field, looking for number 29, and that is Malaya Turkett. Action getting back going. Another night. And we've seen this in each of the 3 games that we've covered so far, both semifinal games and this morning's consolation game. First 5, 8, 10 minutes or so is just that feeling out period. These teams just really getting their legs loose and getting up to game speed. But once they get loose and get to flurrying, it seems like the action gets up and heated.
Nearly snuck in there and stole the ball from him. Backing it back out.
Very methodical at what they do. There's an attack coming in from jumping in there was Lucas Charbonnet. They got that one, turns it back over.
Handball looks like.
Charbonnet did a good job of jumping into the passing lane to come up and get that. But the Knights on the attack from long range, and now that one is banged back in. Knights with the first goal of the night. That comes at the 8:55 mark, and it was Luke Pickle. Luke Pickle at 8:55 gets the goal.
At the 8:55 mark, number 11, Luke Pickle gets the first score of the afternoon.
And again, stick around. We will be naming our tournament MVP.
Our 446 one, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, they'll have their all-state selections and their season-long MVP, but we'll name one for this weekend's tournament. And those plaques will be received next weekend at the basketball tournament. So the Knights out to an early lead. Knights upset last night, they feel. They came into the season 10-1 and the number 2 seed in this one, but great work by the Guardians, who were the 3 seed and had come in 7-4 on the season. And we'll talk to Coach Ryan Gray about that here in a bit. Things stalled down just a bit on the far side. A lot of work has been right around the middle. Torgrosa tries to go over and get it, but it went just right of the goal as we're looking at it, so no real need there. We'll get an update on that first goal. Not certain that it was Luke Pickle on it as I look at it and saw the reaction of both of the players. It may have very well been Enoch Hebert, but I'll get correction on that. Luke appears to be more defensively.
33 possibly.
That's what I'm thinking, in Enoch Hebert. But we'll get an official word on that because Luke is playing back more defensively. And
yeah, I remember seeing a 3 on the jersey. I just could never get the.
Yeah, the more I look at it, because Hebert turned around and looked, and Luke threw his hands up like, wow, I got that goal. And so we'll get that.
Beautiful.
We'll get official word on that momentarily.
Oh, nice try to pass over.
Look, that's Charbonnet again coming out, and he has been solid defensively. That one up in the bleachers. There's a souvenir. I don't think you get to keep that, though. You can't return it to the concession stand for a free Coke either.
Wisely, he makes his way all the way down the bleachers before he throws it in.
Absolutely. You don't want to go and throw that and it not make it down to the field.
Or you just go tumbling down the bleachers.
Right.
That was my fear. That's what.
Oh, no. That's one that you don't want to throw and it not make it all the way to the field. Then you're forever harassed. Yeah, looks like that goal was Enoch Hebert at the 8:55 mark and not Pickle.
Defending it out of bounds there to the back line is going to bring up a corner kick now.
And that is Hebert that gets his way in Got to believe he is the older brother of Silas and, the other young man that was there on the JV team.
Just a little high for attempt at a
Silas
header.
and Elijah were the two younger brothers. Silas, of course, the JV championship MVP of this one. Got to get a little time in the varsity game if he put up the hat trick.
Yeah.
But I'm not coaching out there, so.
It's like NFL. Coach from the recliner.
That's right. Much better that way.
Yep. Everybody wins.
Action going here, and going to be joined by head coach of the John Paul the Great Academy Guardians, Ryan Gray. From last night's contest, they won game one in there and will make their way into that championship game, and we'll keep you updated on any scores and all of that. But, Coach, welcome to the broadcast.
Thank you. Happy to be here.
Look, congratulations on a big win last night. That was, I know you guys, the work that you had defensively was solid in that one.
Thank you. Yeah, that was, last time we met that team, they beat us pretty handily 5-1, so we worked a lot in practice on how to defend against them and how to at least make it more difficult for them, and I think we did that pretty successfully last night.
Indeed you did. Was very pleased, quite impressed by the work of Pagan in goal last night for you too.
Yes, all season long he's been coming up huge in some games. Sometimes he's disappointed with his performance because he doesn't have more saves, but he usually has a pretty hard time of it because we play a lot of really good offenses in this league. He told me in the warm-ups, he's like, "Coach, I'm looking really bad," and I said, "Just wait for the game." So he laughed at himself after the game because he did very well.
Oh, look, that's and that shows you sometimes practice doesn't go well, but the game goes really, really good. Had a little bit of a struggle in the JV game in the championship there, but just expected big things. Had a little bit of a video clip from his save on that penalty kick last night. Just impressive and looked like he has a good time, and that's what the bulk of all of this too is. Yes, you want to see that high level of performance, but was laying on the ground before the kick, getting ready, coming up, and just having a good time.
Right. Yeah, we talked a lot about that coming into this game. Just going out there, being creative, having fun, and really enjoying the game, and just being together. And Dominic is good about doing that, and he's done a lot of his own research on how to handle PKs and how to improve as a goalie, and he's brought some of that stuff to practice. So it was good to see it pay off last night.
What impressed me a lot was the dive save from the first kick, but it bounces off, so he's got to get up and turn the other way and get it before it's kicked out of there. So, and the team was right back there showing him a lot of love after that.
Yes, the quick reactions is a big part of being a good keeper. And again, Dominic has worked on that, and the team knows how much they owe him in goal. So that showing of love is to be expected.
Well, how are the guys and gals enjoying their time up here for this? I mean, state championship weekend, beautiful weather, great field.
Yes, we were nervous that we weren't going to be able to play and that the coaches were going to have to try to schedule games on wet fields all throughout next week. So they were really excited to be here. They enjoy playing on the turf. We know it's a little bit risky because we're not used to it, but they enjoy having flat ground so that when the ball bounces, you can predict it, as opposed to some of the fields we play on. We struggle with that a little bit on grass.
What kind of improvement have you seen out of your team throughout this year that says, you know what, we deserve to be here and we've got a shot at taking home the state championship?
In the past, the team has struggled with trusting one another and really coming together. So we've gone through entire seasons where, try as I might, I can't get them to trust one another and consistently pass to one another. And around the middle of the season, this team really made a change and just started to come together, and we started to see a lot more trust. So that's the thing I'm most proud of them for, is actually trusting each other and coming together to play as a team. And when we play against the Commandos, I hope that some of that comes out, and I hope that trust holds.
What do you do to counter, they're coming in, the Commandos, 4-time defending state champs in this, looking for their 5th, and put up a lot of goals last night. What do you do to let the kids know, hey, this is just a game the same as it is for them, and none of those other 4 matter. This is the only game that matters.
Well, we try to focus, as a team, we try to focus on, again, creativity, getting out there and playing good soccer. And the thing about these two teams that you're going to see play later is a lot of these kids have grown up together, and people from the Commandos team have attended JPG before, and people who are JPG students now were previously homeschooled and on the Commandos team. So these are kids who really enjoy being with one another, and off the field they're actually close friends because they live in the same neighborhoods. Speaking
with head coach of the Guardians, Ryan Gray, and Coach, you talk about that sense of familiarity, and that takes all the stigma away from everything. There's a certain amount of intimidation that could be there on a team that you don't know, but you speak of these guys all know each other.
They do, yes. They do know each other, and that's not to say that they're not still going to be intimidated. We know we have some of the best players in the league are going to be taking the field. Some of them are on the field right now. Some of them will take the field in a little bit. And we know the game could go either way, depending on what happens.
Well, we are excited about a great game. The things that I saw last night, really solid defense from you guys. And we've talked about that already. They come out and use that high pressure a lot, trying to get things. See, I learned that term, and I've stuck with it and used it. I had a very wise person tell me that term on there. So there's contrasting styles that you guys use. How do you come out and attack that high pressure?
The most important thing for us, I think, is going to be variety. So to mix it up, they will have watched our game last night. Their coach is pretty astute. He's a smart dude, so he knows. He was watching the game last night. He knows what to expect. So we're going to have to bring a little bit more variety and a little bit more close passing than we did last night.
Well, Coach, win, lose, or draw, we are grateful that you're here in Pineville, Louisiana. We're grateful that you took some time to come up here with us. And good luck to you and your team, and we wish you the best.
Thank you very much. We're happy to be here, and thank you all for announcing and broadcasting the game.
Thank you. That means a lot. And look, head coach Ryan Gray and I have learned a lot now from this. I learned the term own goal. I've learned high pressure, and I've learned low pressure.
There you go.
So
you got it.
I've just got a couple of things more to butcher. That lets me know that you went back and watched the broadcast, or somebody close to you did. So we'll take that.
Yep. Watched a little bit last night as I was holding the baby. I had a little time, so I got to watch a little bit. So
there you go. We appreciate it. Head coach Ryan Gray was assistant coach in the game earlier. He and Bryce Cambry lead the way for John Paul the Great Academy Guardians. And best of wishes to you, Coach, in that next game coming up.
Thank you very much.
There you go. Back into this one, of course, we go. It is 1-0 here. Great guy. First time I've ever met Coach Gray, but just very personable and excited to have him up in the booth, and we are grateful for that. We'll get an opportunity to talk with the Knights' Todd Spire coming up at halftime, just a bit about his JV championship. This one is Knights 1, Patriots nothing in this as we get things moving along. The 22.5 point of this one. All kinds of great things that we learned in there.
Much better person to bounce things off of than I am, Doug. I'll have to give him that.
And you really want to get into that, Chuck?
I'm going to open the door. So.
But for truth, he's not running the camera, switching the shots, or doing any of that. So all he gets to do is sit and talk and teach me soccer, which is a challenge on its own.
And go back and enjoy the film. So, which was a huge plus for me. I enjoyed that part of it.
Correct.
Notice he didn't say he got nauseated after watching the film. So that was also
no, not at all. We'll take that. That save made Torgrosa right. Not a big one, but nevertheless right there on it.
That slight bobble at the end of it. One of the Knights players was there to try to capitalize, but he did
just in case the ball went on the ground. That's like the guys that come down on the fair catch. The gunners. There's a fair catch, but they're right there in the face of the return man, just in case that pops out of there, because sometimes it does.
Yeah, checking to see if they've flossed lately.
Again, we are here on the campus of Louisiana Christian University in Pineville. Back-to-back weekends for ACEL state championships. Basketball returns to HOS Fieldhouse next weekend. If you're coming in for that one, we invite you to check out Main Street around 7 o'clock. You'll see our Mardi Gras parade Friday, February the 10th. It is a nighttime parade. It rolls at 7 o'clock. We call it the Night of Lights Mardi Gras Parade. Grand Marshal this year, Senator Jay Luno. So we're excited to have him on board this year. Cleared out by the Knights as they look to get down the field. They have the 1-0 lead over the Patriots. Banging around down there for the Patriots was Corey Brock. Again, we told you he had that goal last night.
"25-minute mark. About 10 minutes left in this one, approximately.
10 minutes-ish. There've not been a lot of soccer balls that have went down the hill, so we don't know how much time, unless they just add an extra minute and a half or so. Abear takes a pretty good spill, but he pops right back up. Nice breeze out there. You can see the net of the goal blowing just a bit. Good work in the box defensively by this Patriots team. Owen Bowman out there, the freshman, got good size to him and really blocking and helping out Torregrossa defensively. Again, you see the big LC logo in the middle. Formerly Louisiana College is where we are, but they had just replaced the turf not long ago, so not wanting to come and update the LCU, but they officially are Louisiana Christian University is where we're on the campus of. Still same colors, orange and blue in that Wildcat claw. They play out of the Red River Athletic Conference for all sports except football. Football is out of the Sooner Athletic Conference. Again, Doug Gann, Chuck Perkins with you, bringing you all the championship ACEL sports throughout the year. This 22-23 season coming to an end with a flurry of championships here in the spring. There's a shot at it, but again, Bowman quick to get that one out of there before it even makes it to Torregrossa.
Almost like the 12th man on the field in football, just that extra defense.
There's Bowman again, rejecting it 8 yards in front of Torregrossa. Good work down there on the defensive side of it. It sounded like a broken record, but Owen Bowman doing great work down low.
Must have heard about that.
That one.
Go ahead.
Off the face of the young lady right in front, and that was number 33 that took that one, Therese Dunbar.
Must have heard about that 446 Sports award being given out. So
that's right. You don't necessarily have to be on the championship team to be the MVP in our eyes.
Good footwork battle in there. That one's going.
Bowman boots,
and it's almost
that one.
Went out of the fence.
Look, Coach Maddox here is looking for a kicker, so there's an opportunity for that young man. Coach Maddox, of course, the coach of the LCU Wildcats here.
A lot of front and center goal play there last few moments.
Yeah, spending time down in plus territory is where you want to be. That one will just go harmlessly into the corner of the turfed end zone here.
And give chase.
Again, big shout out to all of those that are here now that went out to the Right to Life March that was hosted, left from the front of LCU and went down to the river up along Main Street, down along Main Street, down to the river. If you've not had an opportunity to drive down along the river here in Pineville, do that. Go up River Road, check out the Fort Randolph, Fort Bulow area. It's just to the opposite end of where the campus is on Main Street, just down from it. Then you can make your way over to Bulow Lake, which is just through the hospital area behind the campus here. They've got the Freezing for a Reason that our Pineville Fire Department is putting on, raising money for Shepherd's Pie. Shepherd's Pie cooks meals and provides support for folks that are in need due to disasters or natural disasters. Long range shot over the top and no good. Grayson thought he was going to have a play on it, but just goes up and over his head.
I like how they have somebody back there wrangling up the ball and putting it beside by the goal for the next time.
Had a lot of young ones out there playing last night in the end zone. Like cup ball at the old football games.
Goodness gracious.
Well, you know, we're talking to Coach Gray, and he kept things close to the vest in that one. Was just talking creativity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited about seeing that one, seeing if Pagan can rebound there in goal. Had a tough one in the JV game. Gave up 6 goals in that one.
A very good defensive word he used there, not to, like you said, holding it close so not to let out any secrets. Just call it creativity.
Yep. Closing in on the final minutes of the first. Checking in for the Knights, number 25, Kalen Candell. Candell checking in 17 and 13 for the Patriots. That is Riley Arsenault and Zachary. If that's 17 checking in, it's Torgrosa, then that's certainly not Torgrosa in the goal. I have to check and make sure that I had my number correct.
Well, that was the one that practiced. Looked like he was at the beginning of game, pregame.
Needless to say, off and running we are. 32-minute mark in this one is upon us. Scheduled for 35. Usually goes about 36 and a half, though, 37. Long range shot. That one is saved.
Got away from him.
Looking for an opportunity to come out. Now the goalie is out of there, and that one's going to be knocked in. Coming out and playing. That goal was by the Knights' Luke Spire at 32-10. 32-10, Luke Spire.
At the 32-10 mark, goal for number 4, Luke Spire.
Two 2-0 lead for this Knights team. Patriots trying to get something going here before the break. Whistled there. Saw our first 2 yellow cards of the weekend in that JV championship game. Things got a little, and we'll akin that to the technical foul in basketball. Red card means you are removed from the game. Yellow, you collect the 2 yellow cards, and you're gone. Long range shot misses high and out and will make its way out near the corner. Good save by one of the Pineville Police Department officers down there in the corner. Now and kicking it around, showing some fancy footwork down in the corner. There you go. Officer Barnett down there doing work, getting things done. So great job. Big thanks out to City of Pineville. We told you that over the PA. There's another one right back at the 34-20 mark. 34-20, Luke Spire gets his second goal.
Second goal in a couple of minutes for Luke Spire at the 34-20 mark of this first half.
And a 3-0 lead going into halftime is certainly something. Great work by this Knights team. They came in at 10-1 on the season. Really expected to see those guys and the Commandos playing. You heard Coach Gray tell you the last time that the Guardians played the Knights, they had beat them pretty bad. So they worked on some things to get back in it, and indeed they did. They win that one 2-1 with creativity. Johnson able to sit in and get that one to come right to him. Off the chest, good work now trying to get one more. Great work, Damian Cowart, but unable to get control of it as he had two Patriots defenders right on him.
Did a good job of pushing it down the field there.
Into that extra time now, about a minute remaining in this one, we believe, until halftime. Corner kick is there. Knocked away. Good opportunity for it. Great look at it by Cowart again, but unable to get that to fall. And then cleared to the far side by Caldwell.
Still in play. Collected that one before it went out of bounds.
1-on-4 here for the Patriots break. Now trying to get to it before it goes out of bounds, but not going to do it. And that is going to be the first half. 3-0 in this one. A goal by Hebert, 2 goals by Luke Spire, and it is 3-0 at the half. We hope to be joined by Todd Spire, who is the JV coach of the Knights, and they are the JV champions in this one, and he is making his way up there. Going to take a quick break, and we'll get him up here and settled, let him catch his breath. Be back in just a minute on 446 Sports.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank. Things are getting easier, transactions are getting safer, and you have access 24/7. All the functionality of banking you're used to, made easier to use, anywhere, anytime, and more secure than ever. Simple, seamless, safe. Download our mobile app today.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Back to the field for halftime. Doug Gann joining Chuck Perkins, and we are happy to welcome in head coach of the JV champions, Todd Spire. Coach, congratulations and welcome.
Thank you.
Well, what an effort that you guys put out today. I was extremely proud and impressed by the work of Silas Hebert. Goes out there, gets a hat trick, and the championship game MVP.
Yeah, Silas Hebert, every game he has been incredible. Every practice, he's a true leader on the team. And he played fantastic. He showed up.
And one of the younger ones, too, just the eighth grader. So it's got to be good to see that kind of leadership that early.
That's correct, yeah. Yeah, we got a young team, many good players on the team. And yeah, being an eighth grader, he's fantastic.
You guys really took over this one early. And it was just one of those games that it seemed to go your way the entire way. Take me through a little bit of it.
Yeah, so, I mean, we did start off pretty good for us. But we were still a little bit slow moving the ball. But we moved some things around, different players in different positions, and found out what worked. And we started taking over the game.
Looked at, of course, Peyton got a goal to get things going. Tripp got a goal in this one, and Elijah added one late in that one to give it the final at 6-2. Spreading the ball around, you had to be pleased with that.
Oh, yes, I'm very pleased. So, I mean, every practice, we work on different forms of moving the ball around, ball control. We just go from one drill to the other. And, I mean, they just have done fantastic moving the ball around.
Tell me a little bit about the atmosphere in the air down there with the Knights, because it seems like every year that we're calling a championship throughout the year, the Knights are represented in the final tournament somehow.
Yeah. I mean, these kids love to play soccer. They love just being around each other. And, man, it doesn't matter if it's raining, freezing. I mean, they want to be on that field working.
Well, look, we were concerned about the rain and the freezing earlier in the week, but it's certainly a beautiful day for it out here. Great turf field. So that takes all the elements out of there, and you can go and focus on fundamental soccer.
Yeah, I mean, we're pleased that it worked out for the turf field here. We were nervous it was going to be on another field and it'd be soggy conditions, but it turned out to be a beautiful day to play.
Well, indeed it is, and we're grateful that you guys in ACEL Athletics have found your home up here in central Louisiana. So you look, your Knights are out there right now, and you've got some of these younger players that are up on that roster. Haven't seen Silas in this game any in the varsity side of it.
Yeah, so in this particular game, he probably will go in second half, but probably more of the seniors, more of the older kids will be in. You know, he's fantastic, and, you know, if they put him out there, he'll do a great job there too.
This is an off soccer type question, but we were blown away by the national anthem and Jocelyn Finley on there. Tell me about her.
Yeah, man, she volunteered to do it, stepped up, and I mean, it was just beautiful.
That's the second time that we've heard her do the anthem. I think it was back in volleyball that she did it as well.
I didn't realize that, but it was great.
Yeah, she's wonderful. And you look through the line of people that we've seen on there. Of course, Tripp on the team. A lot of family. I see now. I've pronounced it a couple of different ways. Is that Candell or Candle?
Candle.
Candle, okay. Yeah. So we've seen, and there's some more of those on the varsity squad on here. So the family atmosphere, and we've known that with ACEL and this homeschool organization, but just talk a little bit to the family atmosphere that is ACEL.
Yeah, so I mean, you know, both varsity and JV. I mean, if we're not practicing soccer, they're getting together. They're playing volleyball. I mean, weekends, Wednesdays. I mean, they're like a true family, both varsity and JV.
Well, we're excited every time we hear the different stories about that as well, Coach. And again, congratulations on your junior varsity state championship. I know your kids are excited about that, to bring home the hardware on there as well.
Yeah, and then I'd like to say a special thanks to my defense as well. I had Genevieve in the middle. She's 14. And
right.
To me, man, she did fantastic. And then two kids that never played defense, really, and they just really stepped up. And then I had a sub that never played before, and she did fantastic.
Look, we were impressed by everybody that was out there. It was a complete win for you, that it looked like. Although we did see our first yellow card out here in this one, saw a couple of those in that one. But that's soccer. That's good to see, playing with intensity, and we like that. So got to visit with Coach Todd Spire. Coach, congratulations, and thank you for taking the time to come up and visit with us in the press box.
Hey, I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
There you have it, head coach Todd Spire of the Southwest Louisiana Athletic Club Knights. Tremendous job, and congratulations on their JV championship. We'll be right back to get the second half of the consolation game started, and we'll do it right after this on 446 Sports.
Is your vision just not as crisp and clear as it used to be? Are you having difficulty driving, especially at night? Are you over 40 and now needing reading glasses? If so, the trusted eye care team at Wallace Eye Associates is here to help with your family's eye care needs, just like we have been for nearly 40 years. Call Wallace Eye Associates today at 318-448-4488 to schedule your next eye evaluation.
Buying car insurance for the first time can be overwhelming. Do you have enough coverage? Are you paying too much? Will someone be there for you when the unexpected happens? I'm Jason Hawk with Farm Bureau Insurance. You may think it's easier online, but why wait? We're here to help you make sure you're covered. When it comes to car insurance, we have the answers, and we may have rates that save you money. So talk to Hawk at 318-791-HAWK or online at talktohawk.com and let us help you protect your biggest investments.
Our mobile banking app is changing the way we bank.
Second half getting underway. Knights out to a big lead in this one. Yeah, there we go. I got myself straight. The Knights out to the big lead. I had the wrong there. We're still back in my interview with Coach Spire.
3-0, right?
It is. Goals from Abear, and Luke Spire had a couple of those. In that got it, and back to back. I think they were within 2 minutes and 10 seconds of each other.
I wonder if the saying "off to a running start" came from soccer. Actually, I wonder.
I don't think so, Chuck.
Okay.
Again, get the scoreboard corrected here. 3-0 in that one. Checking that out just a little bit. See, I had, when I was doing double duty down there, had the ability to have Sandamero doing those for me, and now our regular PA announcer, the voice of all things sports here in Central Louisiana, tends to get on his phone a little bit rather than the other. I'm holding that I hope he can't fire me off the clock, but I don't know that. We will indeed find out. We have been doing sports together, my goodness, for it's got to be over 25 years now, and it doesn't seem right because I don't think either of us are much older than that. But the mayor here in Pineville, Rich Dupree, and I work together daily. Longtime brothers in Christ, and it's a wonderful family he's got, and our family's just great group here. And that's why he wasn't here this morning. He was leading the way on that Right to Life march. So, Chuck, and you spoke about it too. Great to have that type of leadership in a city.
Yes.
And that's what City of Pineville is based off of. I can assure you of that. There's nothing like nothing like making amends for my faux pas that I have.
It's like my peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I spread the peanut butter on thick.
Spread it on thick. That's right.
Not much jelly, lots of peanut butter.
Yeah, they're getting the official word up here that we had given you a little earlier that first goal was Enoch Abear. We corrected that earlier. And I thought we had it when Enoch turned around and looked back at Luke, and Luke was doing the fictitious, yeah, I'm the man. But Luke back in that defensive position. Now, he did have a touchdown here on the turf back in the 8-man football, so that may have been what we were thinking there. But, in fact, it was Enoch Abear. Luke Spire, of course, did get the other 2 goals in that one. Luke trying to make a name. Perhaps he can be the – oh, that's a great one off of the leg. That's I guess I put that right there when the guy's guarding with his back to you in basketball, and you bounce it off his back.
Jump out real quick and, yep, why not?
That was tremendous work. Just smart heads-up play by the Knights. And the Knights, again, with that 3-0 lead, would like to add another. It's an opportunity crossing.
Oh, nice step
but
out.
Covered up, yeah.
There. Good stretch.
Kind of an off-foot kick at it. Not a real good effort. Corbin Caldwell had a shot from that left side. That shot right into the gut of number 7, Jackson LeBlanc, and he is down. And they'll stop the clock now, and that's what we've learned. So the extra time doesn't come into it. They just stop the clock. Kind of a timeout while there is an injury. And that came up as the kick from the Knights came in, and it caught Jackson pretty flush. Going to take a quick timeout, and we'll join things back after LeBlanc gets up.
Appliance Parts Company in Alexandria has all your major appliance parts needs. We sell parts to all major appliances as well as new appliances, including window units, chest, and upright freezers. Appliance Parts originally opened its doors on Lee Street in 1972, and we're now open at a new location on Memorial Drive to serve you better. Stop by, say hey to our crew, and check out our awesome holiday gifts. Appliance Parts, 2208 Memorial Drive in Alexandria next to Target. Open Monday through Friday, 8 to 5, and Saturday from 9 till 12.
Jackson LeBlanc up and walks off on his own power, and that's good to see. And now here comes a Chef run out, racing down the field, but quickly coming back the other way to take that one and get it out of bounds. And that we do know was Luke Pickle that came back and did that. We misidentified Luke with the first goal of the game. Of course, later credited to Enoch Abear. Luke, a defender for this Knights team. Very methodically working this ball around are the Knights, and they know that they would like to go down and get a couple more goals, but with a 3-0 lead, their focus is just keeping the ball away from the Patriots. You want to make sure that you check out the link to that 2 o'clock game that will be coming up. You could find a couple of ways you could find that link, and that's the championship game. You can find it by going to the ACEL Athletics Facebook page, or you can just go over to the 446 Sports YouTube page and subscribe to that one, and also hit the notification bell. That way you get notifications every time that we go live.
Can help us out without costing you a nickel.
That's right.
Oh, nice backwards kick.
Very grateful to our ACEL fans. We've picked up about 10 new subscribers on our YouTube page this weekend as well. So great to have that family joining us.
Shot on goal, just a little wide left.
Just wide. Some youngsters banging around on the metal bleachers. We'll pull that ambiance mic down just a bit. Something about metal bleachers and kiddos, that they like to make as much noise as they can with them. And I was absolutely a young kid of 50 doing that too myself.
Kid of 50.
That's right. As young as you
50s?
feel. No, not in the 50s.
Okay, just checking.
Only as young as you feel.
See, you're getting your water intake. That's an important thing whenever you're on that diet kind of thing. That water makes you feel full, and
Got to be careful drinking too much water as going up and down these bleachers. And
well, there's your other part of your workout.
yeah, I'm good with that.
Well, drink some more water, sir.
Spun around. Chef just really trying to get something going here. Faced a really good Commandos team. You see them down. Well, you don't see them, but they're down on the left side getting warmed up. You could see them in the Pine Street end zone and getting up and ready to go. Creativity is what it's going to take in that one, as the Guardians look to pull off upsets on back-to-back nights.
Whistled out of bounds for a throw-in.
Knights came in as the 3 seed. The Guardians came in as a 3 seed, and they will take on the number 1 seed Commandos, who will be looking for their 5th straight state championship, and that will be coming up at 2 o'clock. They'll have the plaque presentation here to the 3rd place team before we wrap up here. And then following that championship game, they'll have all of the state awards, all state teams, and MVP for both boys and girls, head coach of the year. And we will announce our 446 Sports Tournament MVP. I'm telling you, you've got to be in some pretty good shape to play soccer. It's nonstop, just back and forth, that these young men and women are doing. And you take your hats off to them as it's a cold weather sport. So, they get up and down the field throughout for some 70-plus minutes.
And they're just as comfortable when it's chilly out there. Except like last night where it was kind of cold and damp a little bit still, but today it's pretty chilly out with the temperature still at 55. in shorts. I mean, even if in the 40s, in the upper 40s, they'd still be in shorts because of the running that they're doing.
Running and getting the blood flowing. Of course, they had the long pants last night, but they're all adorned in shorts today. Good piece of work as that one is kicked off the legs of the Knights' Riley Richmond. Great work by Patriots number 20, Nathan Bailey, to save that possession.
Kind of a volley going back and forth here. Just couldn't quite stop it before it rolled out of bounds.
No, got close to it, but unable to finish and get there. Big thanks again out to the folks here at Louisiana Christian University for opening up their campus, them in the city of Pineville, working together to bring you ACEL athletic championships. Again, we'll be just up the hill at HOS Fieldhouse next Friday and Saturday. Long shot up and over the goal. Not really an attempt at it. Was closer to going through the uprights than the goal, but still just banging away. We saw some great long-distance shots in that first half. Getting set to check in. Looks like Travis Hines is up and getting his legs loose off the bench. He will be coming in momentarily, we believe.
Nice footwork, controlling the ball.
Still early in this 35-minute half, just 13 minutes in. No scoring. Shot at it by Corey Brock, unable to get that one on target. Threw from the side right in. Goalie catches that one, and they'll go back the other way.
Like a center fielder.
Right?
Baseball and softball is not really that far off from what I would think. We're
Got
just getting underway, yeah.
Some scrimmages today out at England Air Park, home of Grace Christian. We'll see them a lot. And, Chuck, I think you've got some softball Monday night.
Monday I do. A Buckeye scrimmage, preseason scrimmage. They have 3 games that they're hosting 3 teams.
They'll be out at Ward 10 playing that one, correct?
Yep.
Found your little honey hole out in the outfield, didn't you? Good spot in center field.
I did, and I found a way to park my truck so the ball hit over the fence, wouldn't find its way through my passenger side window.
Roll your window down.
Yes.
Yeah, I got did PA one weekend up here as a fill-in at LCU, and got my first ever baseball in the windshield. But that's what happens when you arrive close to game time and all of the spots are open by the fence. And I was like, oh, look, how lucky am I to get a spot so close? Well, there you have it.
Now we know.
Cross made there, unable to get the – what about another shot at it? Good look from Luke Spire. Luke looking for the hat trick there, had an opportunity for it. Sliding in and making that save is Johnson. Johnson's been solid.
Oh, nice. Subs coming in.
Yeah, there's Hines that we talked about coming in. Also, Abigail Hoffpower for the Knights checking in at number 6. Sarah Haynes comes in for Chef of Baton Rouge. Like offsides was called there. They'll go the other way with it. Over the head and drifting deep into the field side of it for the Knights. And again, the Knights content just to volley the ball around.
Like a cat with a ball of yarn, right?
Not really looking to be aggressive as we are over halfway through with this second half. So now you get back into the second half, the downside of the second half, and just if you have the 3-goal lead like the Knights do, you're just trying to grind away that clock and let it run. There you saw coming to the sideline was Luke Spire. He's got a couple of goals in this one. And Abear now set to throw it in. He was the one that was credited for the first goal. That one quickly comes in and then bangs off the head of Mary Frances Dunbar, and it will go back over to the Patriots. Right back, though. That shot knocked away and saved. Got to pull it down. Good shot on goal by Damian Cowart, but good work inside the net. Long range shot by Abear, but had a little spin on it. When it hit the turf, it kind of took that rotation, went left, and was no factor on goal. You know, if Chef can come find a way to put a goal together, then maybe they can get a little bit of momentum and climb back in this thing. This is the consolation game, playing for 3rd place and 4th place in it. Abear sends this one deep, but Charbonnet's there to knock that one away.
Got to be careful of those high kicks, especially when you have your other folks around you.
Shot from the side. Good look at it from Kaylin Candle, but really didn't have a lot on that one.
A nice little pass down and run past them and pass back. You know, kind of like a basketball give and go. Daddy used to teach us that.
Right, knocked out by Nathan Bailey. Southwest Louisiana Homeschool Athletic Club Knights on their way to 2 Saturday victories as that one is shot high over and into the goal. That's right, looking for the field goal out of it, but not the one that allows for the scores. But the Knights look like they're on way to their 2nd win on Saturday. Probably not the 2 wins they wanted on Saturday. One of them is the JV championship, but certainly wanted to have that dual championship today. But upset last night by the Guardians, and so they will look to finish their season at 11-2, barring something in these last 14 minutes or so. Still a lot of soccer remaining, but just a good day by the Knights. There's Abear again right off the head of the young lady, 33, Therese Dunbar.
She ran in there, threw her hands up to protect her face, I think.
Long shot with a lot of spin on that one. Boy, good effort over there by Hines. Look at, there's another slide tackle. I'm telling you, these young ladies really will mix it up. There's Candle from the far side. See if she's able to cross this.
Centers it.
Abear working it around. There's a shot, but a save is made. Good effort back in goal and equally as good of a shot. Chef trying to make their way in, but good defensive work by the Knights. There's a shot at it and up and out of there. That shot earlier that was close, that had the save on it, came from Damian Cowart, the junior on this Knights ball club. That one lifts high and off to the right as well, underneath where the play clock is for the football team here. Again, looking ahead to that varsity state championship matchup, you've got some very contrasting styles. You got the high-pressure work of the Commandos and the low-pressure defensive-minded work of the Guardians from John Paul the Great Academy. Acadiana Homeschool Athletics, the Commandos come in at 11-1. John Paul the Great Academy comes in at 8-4. That game will be coming up near 2 o'clock. We should finish this one in plenty of time. Don't think that we'll be running late any at all today.
Good job by the athletic director, Miss Sandra Merrill, to make sure those things do not happen for us.
No, she does tremendous work here. Schedules them out well. It's going to be a trip of Abear. He goes down.
Not near as good a trip as we've had with ACEL. We've had
It's been a great trip. Speaking of trips, going into Canada on a cruise this summer.
Wow.
Yeah, it'll be the first time that I've cruised up into Canada.
Hey?
Don't. Yeah, we're going to go out of New York this time.
Nice.
Go spend a couple of days in the city before we get on the boat. So that ought to be a lot of fun. There'll be no sports coverage that week, I've got to believe. That's why we do it in late August, right before school starts.
Oh, yes.
Not much going on that time. My first ever, I'll do a live broadcast from somewhere in Canada, though. That will do it, because we've broadcast in a number of states. You know, speaking of states, 15 different states watched games from ACEL last night. Saw our broadcast of ACEL Athletics. So, of course, the bulk of that from Louisiana. But folks all over the United States able to watch, whether it's their grandchildren or nieces or nephews or whatever it is were able to see their families play. So 15 different states. We like to get that stat out there.
I'd even like to even think it would be people that have been associated with ACEL in the past and might have moved on to other things, grown up out of high school, graduated, and moved on.
Some ACEL alumni, if you will.
There you go. Nice, summed up in a nice, beautiful little word.
Right? Under 10 remaining here. 3-0 the score remains. Kind of set the tone at the 32. I mean, right before the half, you were at the 31-minute mark, 32-minute mark, and it was 1-0. And then here's an opportunity. But no, good defense by Chef down deep. And that's what's kept it where it's at. There's been some opportunities, but the defense gets back and plays really good. Get really well for this Chef team. 18 and 23 and 4 making their way in. That is Luke Spire coming back in. Corbin Caldwell. And Riley Richmond. Good thought there. Had to go through a lot of people. Ended up just to the left side of the net. That was Evan Robertson that had a shot there at it. Clouds starting to work their way in. Haven't looked at the schedule. Or the weather. I expect rain coming back in next week, though.
I haven't looked at the weather forecast yet.
But it will end by Friday. We know that.
Just in time for basketball.
Just in time for basketball and for the 2023 Night of Lights Mardi Gras Parade held on Main Street, rolling from the river to the entrance to Louisiana Christian University. Jumping in with a good save there. Not looking to let this Knights team add any more. Got to get some things going, though, if you're Chef. They've been held off the scoreboard in this one. Long-range shot bounces off the legs of Grayson, and he has been pretty solid back there in this game. And, in fact, only gave up the 2 goals last night in that varsity game. Chef set for the corner kick. Just about 6 minutes to go in this one. Spun around and hip check out of there. Now they'll have another attempt at it. Thought about crossing it, did Arsenault, but Arsenault unable to find anybody there in the middle, and it just sails harmlessly out to the far side. Hebert makes his way back in. He'll swap places with Cowart. Charbonneau getting it around, giving his team an opportunity to get it out of there. It goes off to the side. So, tense situation now for the Patriots. An opportunity. Pretty good play set up as they sprint Pickle in from his defensive position, trying to get I guess almost an alley-oop, if you will. Try to throw it into the side as Pickle's running in at the back, trying to head one in, but unable to get that to happen. Got to believe it's happened. Good work by the official on the far side to catch that one and boot up a little bit. There's the long throw in, and that one just out of the way. Andrew Hoffpower had an opportunity at it. Yeah, Chuck, you mentioned February rolls around. Baseball and softball starts to get in the air. We'll cover a number of baseball and softball games. We'll have Menard softball. Don't forget Menard girls basketball. We'll follow that throughout the playoffs. They're ranked number 1 in Division III, and a real good opportunity led by just one senior, 3 juniors, and a freshman that start for the 26-2. 26-3 now, Menard Lady Eagles. We'll have softball from Menard. We'll have softball from Tioga. Intermittent baseball from out at Grayson. So hit that notification bell and subscribe. Just if you like high school sports, you can get an idea of what's going on over in the LHSAA as well.
Yeah, might pick up a little bit like Monday. We're getting a little bit from Buckeye, so you never know.
That's correct.
That Ward 10 complex hosts a lot of tournaments because all their fields are turfed. So kind of takes that weather issue out for the most part. Outfield is still a deal, but they have a good drainage on that grass part of that field.
Correct.
Oh, nice
There's
try.
that shot off power just beside himself. Knew he had another shot, and that's back-to-back shot attempts that Andrew Hoffpower had that he was unable to get to go. Hoffpower, one of those finishing out his term here as a soccer player. He is a senior this year. Luke Pickle, another one of those seniors. Corbin Caldwell, a senior. Riley Richmond, Kaylin Candle are the seniors here on this squad, and they will be sorely missed, not only on the sports side of it, but all around from the Knights organization. Nearing the end of things, under a couple of minutes to go here. Haven't seen a lot of stoppage in this second half. Certainly there's been no stoppage for goals in it because the scoring has been confined to that first half. Chef trying to change that. This is about the time where you had a couple of goals flurried at the end of the first half from the Knights. But around and knocked out of there, and that's a good save because the Knights had something set up off ball there. I'll say they've had a number of throw-ins just in front of the goal. Good save right out in front. Got to jump out and get it, and does. And that ball kicked out of there. Still work in front of it as the ball had got loose from the keeper. So, again, we get clock stoppages for goals that are scored, injuries, things like that. It does not stop when it goes down the hill.
Does not, no. But it does make a mark on our paper.
That's why we won't have as much time added on here at this one, as we've got about 7 seconds left in regulation before extended time. And there'll be none of it. That's going to be it. That's going to be the end of this match. The Southwest Louisiana Homeschool Athletic Club Knights finished their season at 11-2 and in third place in ACEL. Finishing their season at 6-7 are the Patriots from Chef of Baton Rouge, and that'll wrap things up here. Remember, you've got to click the new link for the championship game. That'll be coming up at 2 o'clock. We'll go live a little bit before that, so hit that notification button over on YouTube. Just look for 446 Sports, and that's where you'll find us. We'll be back. This one final 3-0. The Knights go 2-0 on Saturday. They get a JV championship and a third place consolation win. We'll be back coming up. Championship Soccer on 446 Sports.
And we'll leave it right here with the PA announcer so they present the awards on field. So
Why don't we do that?
Yeah, we'll be back in a few minutes after that.
Award presentation after the exchange by the teams showing their sportsmanship. Our opposing teams for the state championship are warming up and getting ready to take Wildcat Field here in just a moment. Now, ladies and gentlemen, your fourth place in the state tournament for co-ed soccer in the state championship tournament here at Louisiana Christian University goes to Chef of Baton Rouge. Yes, we need a picture of the entire team. Let's go, guys. Congratulations again, Chef of Baton Rouge, representing real well here in the state championship tournament. Now, ladies and gentlemen, your third place team gets the hardware to take back to Southwest Louisiana as well. Your Knights of Southwest Louisiana Homeschool Athletic Club. Again, thanks for a great season, and thanks for participating in ACEL Athletics and being a part of this Consolation bracket game. Our state championship game is coming up. We'll have our lineup introductions at about 10 minutes till, and look forward to that. We don't forget all of our teams that are here. You'll want to stay around because the all-state presentation, first and second team all-state presentation, as well as MVPs in both for the girls and the boys will be presented. Coach of the Year and our 446 Sports MVP of the tournament will also be presented as selected by the press box group here. So look forward to that coming up, courtesy of our friends at 446 Sports who have been streaming all of our games this weekend live. You can go to the ACEL Facebook page, and that's where you'll find a link to follow the action live, or you can go back and obviously see the games that are there that are archived for you to see.